Looks like I'm going to be putting together a front end for a 34. This kit comes from Superbell. 4-inch drop, I-beam axle, monoleaf spring. So first thing I do, I'll just set all the parts out on the table, see what I got, make sure I got everything, and then just start quick assembling it. I went ahead and started by putting my tie rod ends on, my drag link and my steering link. There's a left hand and a right hand thread, so when you twist the rod, they either both go in or both go out. You got your jam nuts, so you got a left hand and a right hand jam nut. I put the jam nuts on the tie rods, put the tie rods onto the bar. So I've got those together, a few less parts on my table. I think I'll move ahead to the shackles next. I just stuck them in there real quick on the spring. Now these are the brackets for the 4-bar, and there is a left and a right. You can see that when you put the bracket on, you're going to put the bat wing through the top here. But what I'm going to want to do is make sure that that is angled inbound. Like I said, there's a left and a right, so you can see it's kind of angled inbound on both of those. That way your rod or your 4-bar is going to aim towards the frame. Otherwise, you're going to be wanting to aim your bars out that direction. Okay, so I just kind of assembled everything. The lower shock mounts, get them outboard. The bat wing has got like bevels in both sides of it there. So, and this has got a bevel in it, so it'll pinch up in there. So it really only goes one way. Then you got a nut on the bottom here. Put the shackle right through the bat wing. Again, we got the monoleaf. These are outboard for your 4-bar setup. Superbell would probably appreciate you put their logo going forward. And what happens when you do that, these are pins that hold your king pins in. They'll drive this direction, the nut will go on the back. It'll just look cleaner anyway. I suppose the axle could go either direction. But there it is, basically assembled. Now I'll tighten everything up on it. So I took and pushed in all the bushings, put the sleeve into them. These are all right-hand threaded. So you've got your 4-bar set up here, and then this longer one is a panhard. This is a bracket that goes on the axle for the panhard, but it actually bolts on to the bracket for the 4-link when you put that together. Then you weld a bracket on the frame for the panhard. That would be this here. And it comes with all the brackets, and there's brackets for the 4-bar that go onto the frame. And it actually comes with the kit. So these will weld up onto the frame. We've got a frame up over here that we're going to set this all up on. We've got a little bit of an advantage here. We built like a jig here. We can just set the spindle right in there. And I've got this tube that we weld the cap on. It goes right in here. You can kind of see it get on top there. And it'll push it right down. You can see I've got pushed all the way down. There's a ridge on there. It'll only go so far. But then you can use these bearings that come in the kit. And everything is parts store stuff. If you ever need new bearings, you can just go to the parts store and get something else. Alright, so I got the steering arms on. I like to put a little bit of red Loctite on the bolts going through into the steering arm. Make sure they don't come out. The top bolts that are holding the bracket on, they've got a jam or a lock nut, so that's fine. Both of them. So you got 2 of them with jam nuts, and then you got 2 that go in from the back side of this here. And you'll want to go ahead and make sure you get Loctite on those. So I'm not going to put the kingpins on until after the axle's on the car, but then this will just go on right here on the boss. There'll be a bushing that goes underneath here, and then you've got a pin that slides through that to hold the kingpin down, and you're good to go. Hey, yeah, Gibby come by. He must have been trick-or-treating. even though that was 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago. So I've got it pretty much together. Now we just got to get it on the car.